Good afternoon. I am Dr. John Guiney, your proud principal. Today is Friday, March 5th, 2021. I want to take some time to share this important presentation with you. This presentation was shared on Tuesday at our parent reopening meeting, but I made some edits and some adjustments, and I want to ensure that the same information is communicated and shared with all of our stakeholders. Here at Stone Mountain High School, our mission is to provide students with the knowledge and skills to become productive and responsible citizens, fostering a partnership with home, school, and community. Our vision here is to bridge the gap as we build responsible individuals through discipline, guidance, and high expectations. At Stone Mountain High School, we have 4 CSIP priority areas. These are the 4 areas that we have deemed based on survey data, our school's academic performance data, and trends over the years that is an area of priority for our school. Those areas are literacy across the curriculum, math, school climate, and our graduation rate. We will continuously work in these 4 areas to improve our school. This is a quote that was released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on February 12, 2021. It speaks to the need for schools to open as safely and as soon as possible and to remain open to achieve the benefits of in-person learning and key support services. Here at Stone Mountain High School, we are ready to receive your scholars. So parents, you have 2 options available to you. Our survey was open. We had 2 surveys. The initial survey was released through the DeKalb County School District in October, and we continued the survey in November through March 4th. Our survey captured parents' intentions if you wanted your child to remain distance remote or if you wanted your child to come into the building for hybrid learning. I want to be clear that parents, you have a choice. We are not forcing students to return at this time. The 2 options on the screen inform you of which option you have as a parent. You can choose to have your child remain distance remote or virtual for the remainder of the school year, or you can choose to have your child come into school for hybrid learning model. Parents who choose distance remote learning cannot come to hybrid learning until April 29th, 2021. So if your initial decision was distance remote, we're asking that you wait until the next 4.5 week grading period before your child transitions back to school. You can email or call me if you have any questions about your child's decision or your decision for your child. So this is the reopening staggered schedule for DeKalb County School District. On March 3rd, the teachers and staff return to work. And this Tuesday on March 9th, we will receive our 9th graders, cohort A. And on Thursday of next week, March 11th, we will receive cohort B. The 3rd phase includes all students. Our 10th through 12th graders will join our 9th graders the week of Monday, March 15th, 2021. So this calendar is important. If you would pause here, take a screenshot. It's also available on our website, but this calendar provides you with a schedule. And if you would look at cohort A and cohort B, they're separated by last names. For example, cohort A is last names A through L, and cohort B is last names M through Z. So if your child is a 10th grader and he or she, their last name is Smith, they would not return to school in person until March 18th because they would be a part of cohort B since their last name falls in between M through Z and they're a 10th grader. So parents, take a look at this schedule and ensure that your child reports to school on the correct day. Students who report to school on days that they're not assigned, we will be contacting you so that they can be picked up, because we want to ensure a safe environment by having a specific group of students in school on designated days. So I want to take some time to talk through the DCSD and Stone Mountain High School mitigation strategies and safety protocols. There are 5 key mitigation strategies that have proven successful here at Stone Mountain High School. Parents, I am pleased to announce that we've been back for 4 weeks, and we have not had a positive case here at Stone Mountain High School in 4 weeks. So that is definitely a success for us, and it speaks to the adherence of our staff with the mitigation strategies as well as the safety protocols that we have in place. And we want to partner with you so that when your child comes into the building, they understand what we've been doing. We want to continue that with the students as well. So we're asking students to consistently and correctly wear face masks or face coverings, to practice good hygiene and frequently wash their hands. Our custodial staff and teachers and building staff members are cleaning and disinfecting our areas on an ongoing basis. We have been practicing being socially distanced to the largest extent possible. We have floor markings and signage all around the building to help our students with being socially distanced. And we're using the contact tracing protocol in collaboration with the DeKalb Board of Health. Parents, this piece is important. Contact tracing allows us to contact anyone who may have come in contact or may have been exposed to someone who tests positive for COVID-19. So we have a protocol in place here at the school, and I would like to partner with parents of students who are returning to hybrid that you continue to notify us if you have a child who becomes sick or who tests positive for COVID-19. Please call the school and speak to an administrator to inform us of your child's illness and or diagnosis so that we can take the necessary steps to investigate and determine the next steps for contact tracing. This is very important as we work to keep our staff, our families, as well as our students and their families safe. We have a school nurse on campus, Ms. Jacqueline Lee. I've included her phone number for your reference. You can save that in your phone. We also have an isolation area, which is called our clinic number 2, for students who may present symptoms during the school day. If a student presents symptoms during the school day, parents, you will be notified by our school nurse or an administrator to pick the child up from school. And parents, we're asking that you comply with our daily home-based symptom screening process before your student reports to school to ensure the safety of our families, our staff, and your families and your students. So this is the home-based symptom screening. Parents, we're asking that you check for these symptoms daily before you send your child to school. A temperature 100 degrees 0.4 or higher, a sore throat, a cough. And we do understand that some students may have a chronic cough due to allergies or asthma. We're speaking of a change from their cough baseline. Students who have difficulty breathing, for students with asthma, a change from their baseline breathing. Students who exhibit diarrhea or vomiting symptoms, muscle aches, or a new onset of severe headache, especially with a fever, should not come to school. Parents, if your child has any of the above symptoms, please keep your child home, contact your healthcare provider, and contact us to report that your child is sick. We need you to follow this step. That is going to be critical to ensure that we all remain safe. If you have any questions about this slide or the process, do not hesitate to contact myself, an administrator, or our school nurse. And parents, the other piece that's important, We stress student attendance, but during this COVID pandemic, I want to assure you that your child can log into their virtual class from home until we're sure that he or she is not positive for COVID-19. So it's best to keep your child at home if your child is exhibiting any symptoms listed here on this slide. So as students return to school, we know that they'll have to bring their book bags. So we're asking parents to please purchase approved book bags for students. They can have a clear book bag or a mesh book bag. Unapproved book bags and items will be confiscated and held until the end of the day. During this school year, for the remainder of this school year, students will not be allowed to use lockers. So we do ask students to use a clear bag or a mesh bag as they pack their belongings for school. The transportation department is ready. There will be established protocols on buses, such as physical distancing. Students should wear face coverings on the mask. Hand sanitizer will be available for staff and students on the bus. Our bus drivers will be cleaning and disinfecting their buses throughout the day and in between their routes. Windows will be used to provide additional ventilation, and drivers will have a seating chart. So parents, if you want to know the bus routes, please visit our website. There's an icon of a bus on the website. If you click on that, you'll have access to the bus routes for Stone Mountain High School. Morning entry, what is that going to look like? So students would enter the building through the main entrance as well as the north side of the building where the buses would unload. So we're going to shift all of our morning entry to the north side of the building. That is the side of Central Drive. So 9th graders will enter through door number 5, the Freshman Academy. 10th through 12th graders will enter through door number 7, the Science Hall. Students who are attending DeKalb High School of Technology North or South will enter through door number 7, grab their breakfast, and they'll have a seat in the cafeteria and wait until their bus arrives on campus. Once the OEC bus arrives on campus, those students will exit through the main entrance and board their bus. Those students will return through the main entrance when they are dropped back off at school. After 8:10 a.m., students are considered tardy. Parents, we really need your support to ensure that our scholars begin working on their work ethic, to understand that being prompt and on time is important, and that's developing them important skills that they'll transfer to post-secondary options, be it their college courses or the workforce. Students who arrive on campus after 8:20 a.m. must enter through the main entrance. Students will receive a tardy pass from the attendance office, which will be their access to their class. So, until 8:19, students can enter through the Central Drive side of the building. 8:20, we will lock those doors and we will shift our entry point to the main entrance. Breakfast, we will provide breakfast and lunch free for all students. Breakfast will be grab and go style as students enter the building. So as the 9th graders enter through door number 5, they'll grab a breakfast bag and go straight into their first block class. Students in grades 10 through 12 will enter through door number 7. They'll come in the door, they'll grab their breakfast, and they'll walk directly to their first block class. Since we won't have lockers, there's no need for students to stop to congregate, as we must remain socially distanced. So parents, please remind your students the expectations in the building are going to be that students walk into the building, grab their breakfast, and continue moving to their first block class. They'll have a seat, and students will be able to eat their breakfast between 7:50 and 8:10 a.m. Lunch. We have redesigned our cafeteria to allow social distancing. So students will report to their third block class first. Their third block class teacher will dismiss them to the cafeteria. Once in the cafeteria, students will take a seat, skipping one seat in between students. Once they're seated in the cafeteria, our lunchroom monitors and administrators will dismiss students one row at a time to enter the lunch line. We ask students to wear their mask when they're not eating and or drinking, and once they're finished eating their food, to immediately put their mask back on. Students are to remain seated and they'll be dismissed by the administrators on duty. Yes, parents, students can bring a packed lunch from home. We do have a microwave in the cafeteria that's accessible to students. Unfortunately, students will not have a locker, so students will be carrying their lunch throughout the day as we are not using lockers at this time. We will continue to offer meals to families who choose to remain remote distance learning. So breakfast, lunch, and a snack is distributed on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we've been doing this for over a year. So parents, if you're a part of our meal pickup families and you just pull up to the curb, you grab, and you get back in your car to leave campus. So that process will remain in place for the remainder of the school year. Transitions. We will have transitions during the school year. So in between classes, we're asking students to follow the directives of our hall monitors, our teachers, and our administrators. We'll have staggered dismissal, so we'll dismiss certain sections of the building at a time, asking students to walk in a single file line facing forward, walk on the right side of the hallway with urgency. We don't have time to stop, have a conversation. We want you to continue walking to get to your next destination and remain socially distanced. And students must wear their mask at all times. Classroom expectations. As you're in your classroom, students, parents, please remind them. Students should bring their charged device daily to school. They should wear their mask at all times. Social distance, maintain social distance. Their teachers will assign them a seat. Follow directions given by your teachers and remain in your classroom unless you have permission from your teachers. Restroom expectations. 3 students at a time are allowed in the restrooms in both the male and the female restroom. Only 3 students in each at a time. Maintain social distancing. Adhere to the signage posted in the restrooms. We have signs in the restrooms. For example, this sink, do not use this sink to allow social distancing, as well as some stalls and urinals are marked off for students not to use them. We ask students to wear their mask at all times in the restrooms as well, and to wash their hands with soap for at least 20 seconds. Classroom schedules will be provided, so students will have hand washing breaks throughout the day. Afternoon dismissal. In the afternoon, we will dismiss students by hallways. All students should immediately exit the building when dismissed. We expect our students to board their buses and leave campus, unless they are under the direct supervision of a staff member. And that would be for our athletics or NJROTC. All car riders must be picked up by 3:15 p.m. Parents, we really need your support. I know our students are going to look forward to being social, get to see their friends, but we do not want to create an environment where students linger after school. It is our expectation that our hybrid students are off campus by 3:15 p.m. every day. Pirate athletics. So this spring, we have 3 sports that are currently underway: baseball, soccer, boys only, and track, girls and boys. If you have an athlete who's currently participating, questions about our athletic program should be directed to Coach Lau or Mr. Bonnie, and their email addresses are listed on the screen for your reference. Clubs and organizations. Unfortunately, all clubs and organizations will continue to meet virtually for the remainder of the 2021-2022 school year. We want to remain as safe as possible, and as we're just getting into the vaccinations for teachers and staff, we want to ensure that we provide our students with opportunities beyond the school day, but in a safe environment. Our attendance office is available for you parents to provide all of the services that you're used to. Late check-ins, early dismissal, excused absences, certificates of enrollment for our students who are ready to get their permit to begin driving. Ms. Griffith is the contact person to assist you. Parents, unfortunately, we cannot allow you to come into the building, but we have established a system to meet your need to provide you with all of the services that you are accustomed to. All services will be provided electronically, via email, via phone, and curbside. So if you've come up to the school to receive a Chromebook, a hotspot, or to pick up the meals, you're familiar with our staff meeting you at the door, getting your information, providing you with customer service, and then you would then leave campus. So we'll continue the same process. I want to share some examples with the emails. If you have a child who's here, hybrid, and your child has a doctor's appointment, and you would need to pick your child up at 1 p.m., you could email Ms. Griffith that you would like to have your child checked out for early dismissal at 1 p.m. for a doctor's appointment. Ms. Griffith could verify your identity. She would then also have your child ready and at the door for you to pull up to the curb. Your child gets in and you can keep it moving. So use this phone number as well as the email address to reach the attendance office during the school day. Pirate technology supply list. So what does my child need when he or she returns to hybrid? The Chromebook, we want them to bring that every day. We want students to have headsets so that they're not distracted by sounds and they can listen to their teacher and communicate. A headset with a mic with a USB connection would work perfectly with the Chromebook. A bottle to fill water. Our water fountains are all turned off, so students will not be using the water fountain, but we do have water bottle filler stations that will be installed to provide students with opportunities to fill their water bottles. And in the meantime, we have actual water bottles that we can provide students during the school day. And lastly, students will need their Chromebook charger. That's very important to ensure that they can stay connected and continue to work on their devices during the school day. As students return to the building, they'll be they'll be participating in concurrent learning. So they'll be in the classroom with their teacher, but their teacher will still be teaching the same content to the students who are still at home. So that's why I mentioned earlier that if your child is not feeling well, it's absolutely okay for your child to stay home, be seen by a provider, and get clearance to return. Your child can just log in and connect and continue learning virtually in the event that he or she is exhibiting symptoms or not feeling well. Pirate technology distribution and support. So we provide support with Chromebooks every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Parents, if you're having an issue with your Chromebook or if you need a hotspot, do not hesitate to use these numbers. Call the main office to schedule an appointment to pick up a Chromebook or to have your Chromebook exchanged or to get support with a charger. If you are in need of a hotspot, I ask that you contact Dr. Okpa at 678-676-6314, and he'll be able to order the hotspot for you. And generally, they're delivered here in 3 to 5 days. And lastly, the DCSD Help Desk is available to students and families. If your child is having an issue with his or her Chromebook, this is the best number to call. They'll be able to troubleshoot and provide you with real-time assistance to help resolve your issue. The Code of Conduct for Students. This is available on our website. At the beginning of the year, our students participated in the Digital Dreamers Hub, where they reviewed the Code of Conduct and they participated in an assessment. All students who return to school must complete the Code of Conduct assessment through the Digital Dreamers Hub. So we'll be participating in these activities and following up with students who report to school for hybrid learning. And parents, the electronic copy of the Student Code of Conduct is available on our website for your reference and review. Electronic devices. Parents, students should not use any electronic communication device during the school day. And this comes directly from the DeKalb County School District Code of Student Conduct. So, this includes lunch periods, class changes, study halls, or any other structured or non-structured instructional activity that occurs during the school day. So, parents, please speak to your children and help them understand that as they transition to hybrid learning, we're going to have school. Teaching and learning will be the priority, so we need them to, i.e., leave their devices at home, leave their devices in their book bags, but the only approved device for hybrid learning students will be their Chromebooks. So parents, we ask that you not call, email, or text your child during the school day. In the event of an emergency, please call the main office and we'll be more than happy to reach your student and have him or her contact you from a landline. Dress code is important. I know we've been at home for a year and students have not been adhering to the dress code. But as we prepare our students to come to school for hybrid learning, this is in the Student Code of Conduct as well on page 82. Parents, it's very important that students are dressed appropriately. No exposed skin, inappropriate graphics, language, ripped jeans, slides with socks. Students must have on closed-toed shoes for their safety while they're here on campus. So you can pause this slide and read it in its entirety. And I like to use this self-assessment rule. If it's a question about if it's appropriate or not, I would say change into something else. Don't wear it if you have to question whether or not it's appropriate. And next, I want to share a very important resource with you all. Parents, we are in partnership with communities and schools, and their mission is to work with schools to provide a community of support, empowering students to stay in school and achieve in life. Mr. Darrell Smith is our coordinator. He works with us here at Stone Mountain High School. He provides rental assistance, food, utilities assistance, clothes, home visits, school supplies, mentoring. So if your family is in need of any support, feel free to reach out to Mr. Smith. You can call him or text him, and he'll connect with you to see how can he support you and your family, because we want our students in school. And anything we can do to help your family, communities and schools is here to remove barriers. So please lock his number in and give him a call if your family is in need of support at this time. And next we have our parent liaison, Ms. Tanea Thomas, who is an awesome addition to our school staff. Her role is to help parents with the parent portal set up. This is an app that parents you can have on your phone, which will allow you to see your child's attendance, grades, email their teachers right from your personal cell phone device. So if you do not have parent portal set up, please call Ms. Tanea Thomas during business hours, and she'll be more than happy to ensure that you're set up with Parent Portal. We also offer workshops through our Parent Liaison, helping to verify contact information, and she can also help you parents set up a parent-teacher conference at any time. Please save this number as well and use our Parent Liaison to assist you and your graduate to the finish line. Thank you for your attention and your engagement. Again, I'm Dr. Whistling John Guiney, your proud principal. My email address is listed on the screen. There's an underscore between my first name and my maiden name, and then there's my cell phone number. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for all that you do. I look forward to seeing you all soon. If you have any questions, again, feel free to contact me. Have a great evening. Thank you.